Alright, so we have Thiago Santos versus Johnny Walker. So Johnny Walker, 4 inches in height, 6 inches in reach over Thiago Santos. Alright, so for Johnny Walker, he's a wild card. Like, he's probably his best attribute is his unpredictability, and that catches a lot of people off guard. He utilizes a lot of feints, a lot of unusual looks and stuff to set up his explosive techniques. But yeah, kind of unorthodox combinations like a lead leg hook kick to a spinning back fist or a spinning back elbow, and those kind of things catch his opponent off guard, and that's generally when he finds his finishes. Like the Ledet fight, that was a weird combination, and you're not really expecting that from an opponent who, you don't see that from sparring partners, you don't see that from your coach teaching you, so you don't really expect those type of combinations. But Johnny Walker, he does throw them. He's also very strong in the Muay Thai plum clinch, as we saw against Khalil Roundtree. But one thing he does do is that when he's rushing in, he'll keep his chin just sky high in the air, and it's just very dangerous, especially against a guy like Thiago Santos, who has a very nice counter three in orthodox. When he's in the pocket or when the opponent's like trying to close distance very aggressively on him, he'll always look for that counter three, and he dropped Jan Blachowicz with that same punch. So I do have my worries for Johnny Walker with that counter three. I feel like he's going to walk onto it a few times, and he puts, like Thiago Santos, he puts all his weight into that left hook and really swings hard on it. But for Thiago Santos, he's also very explosive, and he's also very offensively minded. Both these guys are just focused on offense, focused on taking your head off. They're not really too concerned about defense, really. But I gotta say, like Thiago, he does keep his explosiveness for a bit longer than Johnny Walker does. Johnny Walker will slow down. Thiago will still be pretty explosive in the second and third rounds. For Thiago Santos, he will switch stance, mostly kicks in southpaw, but he does have very heavy kicks when he does go for them, like leg kicks as well. Very heavy kicks. So, how these guys win fights? So, for Thiago Santos, it's the power in his hands, got a lot of power in his hands. And for Johnny Walker, it's his athleticism, his size, really sets him apart from the rest of the guys in the division. How these guys lose fights? So for Thiago Santos, he's got poor takedown defense, fish out of water off his back, but you got to think that's not going to be tested here, really. And for Johnny Walker, it's his chin, like it's hilariously fragile. It's like it's just the way he gets rocked as well is just crazy, because he just immediately goes Bambi legs all the time. But yeah, chin doesn't look great. He does slow down after 1.5 rounds in grappling heavy fights. I'd imagine he slows down just in general as well. Pass to victory. So for Thiago Santos, maybe play it cautiously for the first round and let him expend a lot of energy at distance. And then you could turn it up in the second, third rounds. But yeah, that left hook as he closes distance, we mentioned that before. For Johnny Walker, look for leg kicks. Thiago had pretty extensive surgery on his knees like a year ago, I think. So yeah, look to target those with leg kicks, but set them up. Don't just throw them naked and just go in the pocket and start spamming leg kicks and stuff like that. But just set them up. How I see the fight going? Main event, 5 rounds. Not gonna need it. 100% this is not going the distance. I feel like it won't even go 1 round, honestly. I feel like they're gonna brawl. I feel like after the first exchange, like when if the first person to connect with the first clean shot, the person who got hit will just see red, they'll go crazy. They both have that same instinct. They'll start rushing in, trying to knock the other one out. The other one is going to oblige and trade. Neither are going to back down from a brawl, and both are willing to go out on their shield. So I feel like it's going to be a crazy sequence leading to the finish, and the finish is going to come early and it's going to be crazy. So I do favour Thiago Santos in a brawl, like / meme fest type thing, because of his massive durability advantage over Johnny Walker. But Johnny's always live for like a crazy flying knee or something like that, especially with a guy that's going to engage in a firefight with him. He's always live, he always has that chance, like in a brawl, in a meme fest, really, because of his athleticism and just the size that he has. So yeah, it's a tough fight to call. Well, it's not a tough fight to call. I do have Thiago Santos, but it's just not a fight I have too much faith in either guy to stick to a game plan and whatnot. I think it's going to be pretty chaotic, and it's just going to be whoever puts the other person's lights out first, and I think that's going to be Thiago Santos more often than not. Alright, so the prediction is Thiago Santos by KO in round 1. I think the line's correct. I think Santos could be even a bit more of a favourite, just based on his durability alone, really. I think that's what the fight's going to come down to. Fight ends in round 1, where's that? I don't like the money lines at all, sorry. Well, I guess fight doesn't stand in round 2. What's that? Oh no, I was hoping for a bit of price on that. What's Johnny Walker in round 1? I mean, $7 would have been nice. Well, I mean, if you like Johnny Walker, if I was to play Johnny Walker, that would be the route I'd take, because like 85% of his wins are in round 1. He generally gets his work done early and he gasses out pretty quickly after that. I don't really want to get too involved. Santos moneyline, if it keeps climbing, then maybe I'd play that. Fight won't start round 3 at $1.61 or -164. I feel like there's no way this fight lasts more than 2 rounds. Fight won't start round 2. Yeah, I was kind of hoping like $3 on that. But yeah, so I don't want to get too involved, but it's probably going to be the under. The fight doesn't start round 3. That's probably going to be my play.